My name is Anjani B. Kumar and welcome to my channel. Now this video is going to be a little different from some of the other videos that I typically make, where I try to help you in achieving success in your life, in your career. Today I am going to talk about my own personal corporate journey, and not from the perspective of how I achieved some of the successes that I achieved, but more from a perspective of how I ended up making some mistakes. And there's a lot to learn from the mistakes that I made in the corporate world, and more so that you also don't end up making those mistakes. In fact, quite some time back, I wrote an article around this topic, and that article was very well received by a lot of people. They wrote back to me, they called me, and that's why I thought it would be a good idea to probably make a video around this topic so that I can share with you that what mistakes I ended up making in my corporate journey, and how you should not be making the same mistakes in your corporate journey when you are trying to achieve success in your life, in your career. So you must watch this video till the end, because there is a lot of interesting stuff that is there through which you can learn how you should not be making these kind of mistakes in your own personal journey. So before I start this video, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do consider subscribing, because I keep posting some of these interesting, helpful videos which can actually help you in your corporate journey, in achieving success in your life, in your career. And do share these videos with your family, friends. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to ask me in the comment section below and I'll answer them personally. So let's talk about the first mistake that I made. And this mistake I made in the beginning of the career itself. So when I entered the corporate world, I was very young. I was 23 years old. And that was the time when, the whole idea was to look at your boss as an authority, as a father figure. And you would expect that while you need to be aligned to what he or she wants and deliver as per the expectation, but also the thought was that my boss will take care of my career. And that was a very strong belief. And in the initial period, I got a very positive response from my bosses also. Till the time I realized that ultimately bosses also have to take care of their own careers. And when it comes to a point where their own personal interests are more important than your own interest, then don't expect that they will actually take care of you. And I had a very bad experience with one of my bosses after just few years, where in his own interest, he actually ended up compromising my personal interest. So it was a great mistake to believe that your boss would actually take care of your career. He or she would be busy taking care of his or her own career. Only you are responsible for taking care of your own career. So don't ever think that this is your boss's responsibility to take care of your career. Don't make this mistake. Let's move to the second mistake. And in the beginning of the career, and even now, I very strongly believe that you need to put in a lot of efforts, give your best, work 16, 18 hours and try to do everything whatever is possible. But the reality of the corporate world is, and which I realized over the period of time, that if you are working very hard, if you are putting in those 14, 16, 18 hours, your companies would be very happy, your bosses would be very happy, and they'll keep making you work like that. So not necessarily it's all about hard work. Yes, you need to put in hard work, but not continuously those 14, 16, 18 hours. They will ultimately end up affecting your personal health, your personal well-being. So put in good number of hours, but then you need to be smart enough to understand that how you can take out the best output within those given hours. So clearly it was a great learning for me that I should not just focus on spending those so many number of hours at work and trying to give my best during that period. I should have ideally been more smart to understand that yes, I should have definitely worked hard, but apart from that, there is a smart working also which is required and which would actually make you successful. So it's not just about putting in those 14, 16, 18 hours. Probably 10, 12 hours are sufficient, and beyond that, you need to be smart enough to figure out that within those given hours, how you can give the best output. Third mistake, and especially in the early part of my career, I kept making this mistake. And it was more about thinking that money is not important. What is important is your job description, what kind of work you are doing. Money will come in. It was a big mistake. Money in the corporate world is extremely important. Money is the most important indicator of your corporate success. Yes, you need to have a rich job profile, that's important. You need to work for a good company, that's important. But at the same time, while doing all that, you also need to earn lots of money, because ultimately, when people are evaluating your corporate success, they finally look at how much money you are earning. Money is the single most important currency in the corporate world. So for some time in the early parts of my career, I kept making this mistake, thinking that I should only focus on the company, the job, and don't bother about money. But very soon I realized that this is a wrong approach, and I corrected that mistake, and that's how I could become very successful in the later part of my career. So you should not end up making this mistake. The next one is even more interesting. And again, this one mistake which I made a lot in the beginning of my career, where I kept thinking that I should be the domain expert. Because I started my career in HR and then moved on the business side. But I kept thinking that I should be the best in HR. But the problem with this approach is there is no end to it. You have to just figure out that you need to be good. And not only just in your own domain, but to become successful in the corporate world, you need to have a larger understanding of the whole business. So it's not just about your own functional domain, which will make you extremely successful, especially at a later part of your career. So in the initial part, I kept making this mistake, thinking that I need to be the best in HR and I should keep focusing on that, keep learning more and more, and which I did. But at the same time, later on, I realized that I need to understand the other aspects of the business also. And when I actually started investing in that, then I became more successful. People started seeing me as a more wholesome leader. And then I was given business responsibilities and I could even move further. So I think this is one mistake which you should not end up doing, because apart from your own domain, it's all about understanding the complete business cycle, complete flow of how money making process works in a business. Because ultimately, every business wants to make profits, and you need to understand how actually it makes profit, how the business operates. So you need to have a much larger understanding of the business rather than just focusing on your own domain. Now, this one is very interesting. In the corporate world, a lot of people tell you that they have an open door policy. Many of your bosses will tell you that, we have an open door policy. Whatever you want to talk, you discuss, please come and discuss. Yes, it's good to make such a statement, but not necessarily as a subordinate you should believe this. Because in my own personal career, I have experienced that I kept believing that probably, some of my bosses have that open door policy. And actually, I ended up making a fool of myself by talking about things very openly in front of them, talking about problems very openly in front of them. And the same information was at times used against me, used in a manner which was not very productive from my perspective. So not necessarily you have to believe everything what your bosses tell you. For them, it's a good statement to make, saying they have an open door policy, but please judge it very clearly that how much you should speak, how much you should disclose, to what level you should become friendly with your bosses. That's very important to figure out. Now, the next one comes again from the perspective that, I came in the corporate world, what I told you earlier, thinking that, you should respect your boss, other seniors, the other leaders. And rightly so, because culturally we come from that background where elders are typically respected. But later on, I realized that not necessarily you are here to make a family, right? They are not your family members. They are your colleagues, superiors, and subordinates. And I think that respect should be limited to the kind of expertise that they bring in. Not necessarily just because somebody is sitting in a certain chair, in a certain level in the hierarchy, or is of certain age, the person deserves great respect. The person in the corporate world should only deserve respect what to the level what he or she is able to contribute, what he or she is able to make a difference to your corporate life. And you need to better learn this early in your corporate career, because otherwise you will end up making a lot of people behave like they are your bosses, and finally you will keep serving them all the time. This is a game of equals. You have to move up. You have to sometimes take their position. And this approach does not work. And that's where, I also realized it pretty fast. And then I changed my approach and I started treating even those seniors more like equals and started behaving in a manner where, if I'm a domain expert and they are also a domain experts and we are all equals. Not necessarily you have to give that great fatherly respect to everybody. It does not work. And finally, we have spoken a lot about bosses and seniors. Moving to the other side, subordinates. Now, typically in the corporate world, you will see that, there would be subordinates who would always praise you, who will say great things about you, but not necessarily they mean what they say. Because just because they are subordinates, they are lower in the hierarchy and you are the decision maker, they're supposed to say what they tell you, right? Not necessarily you have to believe everything what they say. And it's very important for you to learn, to understand. Because if you start believing what they are saying, then you will probably end up making wrong decisions, because they will tell you things from a perspective where they look good in front of you, where they come across as if they are giving you a lot of information. Sometimes, they use flattery also to make you happy, but you have to put your head in the right place and try to understand that what information is logical and what is something which is being shared with a certain purpose. And you have to differentiate and really understand that how you should treat this kind of a situation. So that's why whatever is coming to you through your subordinates, you will have to put a filter and you will have to understand that in the corporate world, this is how things work, and not necessarily you will have to believe that information about yourself, about the company, and not necessarily, if they are praising you all the time, you must start believing that you are so great, right? Be real. And that's the way to really achieve corporate success. So I'm sure you would have found this video useful, and some of these mistakes which I mentioned, the ones which I have made in my corporate career, would have resonated with you also, and you would have started realizing that even you also may be making some of these mistakes. So it's time you better correct them. You better understand the real meaning behind why some of these things are happening and why we end up making these mistakes and how they actually affect our progress negatively. So it's better to correct them at the right time. It's better to understand how one should really behave in the corporate world and how one should not end up making these mistakes. And the whole idea of sharing these mistakes with you is just to make you aware, make you conscious that you should not end up making the same mistakes in your corporate career also. So if you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Do share it with family and friends so that everybody gets benefited. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, any ideas, put them in the comment section. I'll answer them. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do consider subscribing so that you keep getting benefited by these kind of videos. And then I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.